Cricket is my passion and I cannot avoid it.
UAE, Alhamdulillah, has one of the best infrastructures. Whether it is first was the Sharjah Cricket Stadium, then we had the Abu Dhabi Cricket Stadium. After that, we had the ICC Academy, then the Dubai Cricket Stadium. And there's so much of talent because, as you guys were mentioning earlier, it was 7 years to qualify to be eligible to play for UAE. But now it is 2.5 years. And if you see the cricket of UAE, when you compare it to countries like Sri Lanka or Bangladesh, or let's take the new baby Afghanistan. I wouldn't talk about Ireland and Scotland. Let's talk about the Asian countries. Where do you think, Khurram, UAE has actually not gone as fast as Afghanistan? What do you think was missing in UAE?
Oh, I think very important, very good question, Anis bhai. I always say that, whenever I meet these national team players or anybody, officials, that if you compare us with Afghanistan, let's say 2000 World Cup, we were both equals. We played a series before the World Cup. We managed to beat them 3 matches out of 4. And even the last game, we lost in the last over because we wanted to try everybody because we were just going for the World Cup. So we were way ahead of Afghanistan. Afghanistan, was a very, very good team even at that time. So from 2015, they just took off, and if you see UAE's journey, we not only stayed, I don't think we stayed at that level, but we came down. So the biggest reason for me, I think it's domestic cricket. Domestic cricket. The more quality domestic cricket you have in your country, the more good players you want to produce, under 16, under 90 level and A division level. So if you go back 5-6 years, I think you will remember, Ronnie will remember the quality of the A division cricket here in UAE. So I think the grassroots cricket is very, very important. And why Afghanistan took off, I think they engaged all the players who were playing in Afghanistan. So they brought them into management. All of them, if you see, they are in with the Afghanistan team in any shape or the other. They are coaches, they are managers, they are analysts, they are trainers. And we have more than 500-600 players playing first-class cricket in Afghanistan now. And on the other hand, if you see UAE, I think domestic structure needs to be overhauled. This is my personal thinking. Rohan, I don't know what he thinks. And
Ronnie, your viewpoint on the above question, where Ronnie, as Khurram said, that there was a time when you and Afghanistan were at the same level, and in fact, in the last series when you all played, you all managed to beat them 3 games, and the fourth game was a tight game. So, your opinion?
Yes, as Khurram said, it depends on domestic cricket. What he said, like in 2015, when we went to Australia or before we played series against any countries, we used to try to beat them. Like Afghanistan, if you say the ratio, we will be 60 or maybe we are 70-30 like that. But the reason was at that time, if you remember, even Khurram remember, we used to face Sohail Khan, Anwar Ali, Khalil, or I'm just saying the big names like, Muhammad Sami was there. And, we used to bowl to Asad Shafiq, we used to bowl to Khalid Latif, Sharjeel Khan, or these lot of players. I still say there is a lot of test cricketers were there in UAE. And Yasir Shah was there. But after that time, domestic cricket level came down as well, as there was a lot of domestic teams which closed, and there were big domestic cricket team names. So that was a big loss for UAE. After that, because I'm playing from that time and even now time, I think whenever I go to the ground, I never take a. When we used to go for a match, we used to think about the players, like whom I will be facing today, what I have to do. But right now, I just say, okay, we will go for a match and just play and come back, because there is no competition at all in domestic cricket right now. So I think domestic cricket is very important for, your team growth. And I believe so. Mr. Mubashir sir is trying to do and organize some cricket events which will bring the players and, improve our domestic cricket as well. So it will, help as well.